This is something I made a couple of years ago, but it's kind of worthy of a backstory. I met this guy named Himanshu several years ago. He contacted me, had seen some of my stuff, and wanted to know if we wanted to exchange ideas. So we got a cup of coffee with him, and he shared me his story. He actually came from India when he was 18 and went to college here. And it was after college he decided it would be interesting to find out ways that he may be able to help out some of the poor communities back in India. A lot of these places have no electricity, no running water. And so he started doing some research, found a place in Guatemala called Maya Pedal. And this is a guy who basically was taking old bicycles and turning them into machinery. That really interested him. He flew down there, got in a workshop, and started discovering all these techniques of how you can take an old bike, turn it into, oh, here's a guy, for example, husking corn. Here's a lady making maize from that corn. Here's a lady making aloe vera shampoo. And these are people that have turned these machines into little businesses. And he liked that idea. And he was also thinking, what can I do when I get back home? And he decided, how about making some smoothies with one of these machines? Just using it as a blender. So he got to playing around, made a few of these, was testing them out there while he was in the area. Ended up coming back to America and setting up shop in Pike Place Market here downtown Seattle. And eventually was discovered by some people from Kaiser Permanente and Amazon. Every time these companies had health fairs, he would come along with a crew of people and a few bikes, and they'd whip out hundreds of smoothies.
What are we doing? Say it again. We're making bicycle powered smoothies here at Amazon. Come around here, check out what I'm doing. So this is my favorite flavor. This is the blueberry almond. And I'm doing this on a pretty bike here, so it makes it even better.
He'd walk away with a cool chunk of money. He actually helped put together my website after some guy came in and totally hacked it. And that took a lot of work, and he never wanted any payment for that. And years went by, and I kept calling him up, having him help me out with my website. He had a lot of whistles and bells, and I didn't quite know how to maneuver around it. So, yeah, I worked up a hefty debt, I felt, to Himanshu. Anyway, one thing he did mention to me is that he couldn't weld, and he was hoping to make a bike similar to what he saw there at Maya Pedal, and where the blender is in front, so the person making the smoothie can see what's going on. So this is where I finally had a chance to pay him back. Seed is at its lowest point here. At its highest point. So I got a gooseneck, cut it off, welded it on top. Pretty solid. Centered pretty good. I don't think anybody's going to fall over. So far I had a working bike. Now I had to figure out how to attach the blender to the bike and get it all to work. First I added 2 L channels on the front. Started off using bronze bushings. Ended up those didn't work too well. Ended up just getting a bicycle hub and attaching that to a round disc and then building from there. The hardest part was actually making the square end that would fit into the blender. I actually ended up making a tool that could do this. It was pretty, that itself was kind of difficult, but I eventually got it to where that fit perfectly in the blender. After a lot of trial and error, I finally got it to work, took it outside, primed it, painted it, put it all together, and finally tried it out. Spinner, go. Go.
Are you videotaping like a video?
Yeah,
You should tell people that.
I'm videotaping.
Well, stop.
This is Alex, my grandson. He loved it. So Himanshu loved this too. Unfortunately, though, the timing was bad. This was right around COVID time, and he had to close up shop. His ideas changed. He decided to take some of his money and build a tiny home. He did this on his own. He'd never swung a hammer before, learned everything on YouTube. And I'm pretty impressed with the way it came out. Decided to be a farmer. Now he raises goats and pigs, and he's a happy camper. Um, so although his original idea of maybe collaborating with me and creating these different machines didn't happen, it was fun having this time with him, creating this pedal powered machine, and especially remaining friends with him. He's just a pretty amazing guy. Anyway, thank you, Himanshu, and thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good day. Bye bye.